Yeah, get that one now. She's in the driver's seat. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Mistake. Mistake.
Busy is doing some damage. Not major damage. She landed strikes from the outside now.
Starting to connect with the jab.
Santos is exhausted at this point. Blanchfield still.
UFC's rising star Erin Blanchfield just dropped a bombshell message aimed directly at undefeated PFL champion Dakota Ditcheva. And let me tell you, this bully-style call-out has the entire combat sports community talking. Stick around because Dakota's response is not what you'd expect. Alright, let's set the stage. Erin Blanchfield, currently ranked number 4 in the UFC women's flyweight division and number 7 pound for pound, has been on an absolute tear. With 14 wins and only 2 losses, this 25-year-old phenom from New Jersey has been demolishing opponents left and right.
Power in every single punch, and it does become a little telegraph, but I would like her to kind of cut more lateral movement and really set up that big right hand. She's got a lot of power.
This flyweights have come to fight, and Erin Blanchfield trying to close the show. It is done.
Wow.
Cold-blooded Erin Blanchfield stops Victoria Leonardo in devastating fashion. We can talk all day about her jiu-jitsu game, but Erin Blanchfield is a well-rounded mixed martial artist.
But her latest victory over Tracy Cortez at UFC 322 wasn't enough. No, Blanchfield wants more, and she's got her sights set on someone outside the UFC entirely. In a recent statement that's gone viral across social media, Blanchfield sent a direct message to Dakota Ditcheva, saying, and I quote, "I want you in the UFC. I'm going to win the title and be the UFC champion."
I'm going to win a title and be the UFC champion.
There you go. Let's hear it for your winner, Erin Blanchfield, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, that might sound like confidence, but many fans are calling it straight-up bullying. Blanchfield isn't just calling out Ditcheva. She's essentially telling the undefeated PFL champion that she needs to come to her promotion, fight on her terms, and watch her become champion. Talk about throwing down the gauntlet. Now, if you don't know who Dakota Ditcheva is, let me educate you real quick because this woman is different. Dakota Dangerous Ditcheva is a 26-year-old British-Bulgarian fighter with a perfect 15-0 record. That's right, undefeated. And it's not just that she's winning, it's how she's winning.
Plum and a right hand. Oh, another one! Big one! Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hand of face! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
12 of her 15 victories have come by knockout. She's got 1 submission and only 2 decision wins. This woman is a finisher. She's the 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Champion, won the $1 million prize, and is the youngest champion in PFL history and the first British female MMA World Champion. But here's what makes her dangerous. She comes from a Muay Thai background. She was a 3-time world champion in the junior divisions and won gold at the 2016 IFMA World Championships. Her striking is absolutely vicious, with those body punches that have become her signature. So when Erin Blanchfield calls her out and demands she come to the UFC, you'd expect Dakota to fire back with some trash talk, right? Wrong. Here's where things get interesting. Instead of engaging in a war of words, Dakota Ditcheva took the high road with a response that's actually more strategic than you might think. In her statement, Dakota said, "This is how I'm going to build my brand and become a superstar, along with the fighting, which is most important." But yeah, kind of just got to go with the flow.
This is how I'm gonna, build my brand and become a superstar, I suppose, along with the fighting as well, which is most important. But yeah, I kind of just gotta go with the flow.
Now, some people might see this as Dakota backing down, but let me tell you why that's completely wrong. Dakota is playing the long game here. She's in the PFL, she's undefeated, she just won $1 million, and she's building her brand on her terms. She doesn't need to jump to the UFC just because Erin Blanchfield says so. Think about it. Why would she leave the PFL where she's the champion, making huge money and getting massive exposure, to go be just another contender in the UFC's flyweight division? Dakota is building her superstar status where she is, and the pressure is actually on Blanchfield to become UFC champion first. And then Dakota took to Twitter and dropped her own message. While we don't know the exact wording, sources indicate Dakota's tweet was about continuing her journey and letting her fighting do the talking. No drama, no begging for the fight, just pure confidence. Erin Blanchfield, 14-2 record, UFC-ranked, aggressive call-out style, needs to win the title to back up her talk. Dakota Ditcheva, 15-0 record, PFL champion, undefeated, calm and calculated, building her brand methodically. Blanchfield is a grappling monster. She holds the UFC women's flyweight record for most takedowns in a single fight with 8 against Miranda Maverick. She's got 4 submission victories in the UFC alone, tied for second all-time in the division. Her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu credentials are legit. She's a former Eddie Bravo Invitational champion. When she gets you to the ground, it's basically game over. Just ask Molly McCann, who got caught in a Kimura, or Jessica Andrade, who tapped to a submission.
Officially 125.5 for Erin Blanchfield.
Dakota, on the other hand, is a striker's striker. Coming from a Muay Thai background where she won world championships, her stand-up game is absolutely elite. Those body punches are surgical. She literally won the PFL championship by destroying Taila Santos with body shots, becoming the first person ever to finish Santos. 12 knockouts in 15 fights speaks volumes. She keeps fighting standing. She picks you apart and she puts you away.
The planet right now, fantastic strikers, veterans, future legends of the game here.
For sure.
Santos
is in big trouble. She's in big trouble.
Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
So you've got the ultimate grappler versus the ultimate striker. It's the classic MMA question. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? But here's the thing that's driving fans crazy right now. This is the fight we need to see to answer the question. Who's really the best flyweight on the planet? The UFC has the most stacked division, sure, but Dakota's been destroying everyone put in front of her without even being tested. But here's what I think is really happening here. Erin Blanchfield knows that calling out an undefeated fighter from another promotion gets her attention and keeps her name in the headlines. It's a smart promotion, even if it comes off as bullying. She's creating a narrative where she's the fighter willing to face anyone, anywhere.
125.
Official weight 125 pounds for Erin Blanchfield.
Dakota Ditcheva knows that not engaging in trash talk while focusing on her own success makes her look professional and in demand. She's playing chess while others are playing checkers. By staying cool and collected, she's actually making Blanchfield chase her, not the other way around. So there you have it. Fight fans, Erin Blanchfield has thrown down the challenge. demanding Dakota Ditcheva come to the UFC so she can prove she's the best. Dakota's response? Essentially, I'm building my empire over here. Thanks. The question is, do we ever see this fight? And if we do, who wins? The aggressive submission specialist with championship experience in the UFC, or the undefeated knockout artist who's never tasted defeat? My take? Both women are being smart in their own way. Blanchfield is generating buzz and showing confidence. She's putting pressure on herself to win that UFC title, which could fast-track her to superstardom. Dakota is staying patient and letting her perfect record speak for itself while cashing PFL checks and building her brand internationally. This bully girl Shauna Bannon really messed with Dakota. She even said in an interview before the match that she would knock Dakota out in the second round. Is the knockout on your mind? I want to knock her out. Do you have a prediction of when you get to do it? Second round. Thank you.
Is the knockout on your mind? I want to knock her out. Do you have a prediction of when you get to do it? Second round. Thank you.
After listening to this message, Dakota fired back with pure class and confidence. I mean, I feel very lucky to be on the card, you know. Like, this is the final for the athletes that are all fighting for £1 million. And I feel like only my second fight in PFL, I've been able to get on the undercard for that. It's just a massive thing. So, I'm quite proud of myself that, you know, I've been given that opportunity. But, yeah, I'm just trying to treat it as every other fight. I'm not trying to think too big. Obviously, it's my first one in the States as well. I want to make sure I'm making an impression, a good impression, and I only got like less than a round out of my last fight. So I want people to be able to see a little bit more about what I'm here for.
How do you look at this fight and what it does for you to be able to have now your second fight at PFL?
I mean, I feel very lucky to be on the card, you know, like this is the final for the athletes that are all fighting for £1 million, and I feel like only my second fight in PFL, I've been able to get on the undercard for that. It's just a massive thing, so I'm quite proud of myself that, you know, I've been given that opportunity. But yeah, I'm just trying to treat it as every other fight. I'm not trying to like think too big. Obviously, it's my first one in the States as well. I want to make sure I make an impression, a good impression, and I only got like less than a round out of my last fight, so I want people to be able to see a little bit more about what I'm here for.
But Shauna Bannon had no idea she would regret those words instantly the moment she stepped inside the cage. This wasn't just another fight. This was a statement opportunity for both fighters. Dakota Ditcheva, the rising star with devastating striking power, was facing Shauna Bannon, an aggressive Irish fighter known for her relentless pressure and warrior mentality.
Plum and a right hand. Oh, big one. Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fist. Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva.
The trash talk was set. Bannon promised a second-round knockout. Dakota promised to prove why she belongs on the big stage. The MMA world was watching, but what Dakota didn't know at the time was what would be revealed after the fight, a shocking detail that would change the entire narrative of this battle. From the opening bell, Dakota took complete control. Using her exceptional reach and technical striking, she dictated the distance and pace. Every time Bannon tried to push forward, Dakota shut her down with crisp jabs and sharp, steep kicks. The message was clear. This was Dakota's cage.
Against defense with body shots.
Combination again, punching her way out of these clinches.
Three on the inside. 1 4 3 on the inside.
Inaba not able to match speed on the outside.
Crashing in again. Oh, beautiful knee. Oh, the clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn under the knee, finds its way to the face of Sumiko Naima, and an elbow from Dakota.
Inaba can't take a lot of those knees.
Remember Bannon's prediction? Second round knockout? Well, the second round arrived, and it was Dakota who was landing the knockout level shots. A brutal knee to the body visibly hurt Bannon. Dakota mixed her attacks beautifully. Jabs, body kicks, leg kicks, keeping Shauna guessing at every moment. Bannon showed heart, but Dakota was levels above. Bannon came out trying to make the fight messy, forcing wild exchanges. But Dakota's composure never cracked. Her footwork was surgical, circling out of danger and countering every aggressive attempt. While Bannon showed toughness, Dakota's accuracy and control of distance kept her firmly ahead.
Less than a minute remaining, guys.
I really admire that they just keep striking, though.
Yeah.
They move, they grapple, they strike. These are two women who love to fight.
Persistence.
Yeah, and again, creative cage work there from Bannon. She's always trying to get her hips to a better position. Nadia Vera disengaging there. Smartly done.
Well, she's only got 30 seconds left.
Hand. Ooh! Bring me back to my Taekwondo days. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Bannon comes firing forward now, trying to close this out.
She's listening to her coach so well. He asked for the blitz. She hit the blitz. And
Beautiful.
look at this.
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness.
She wanted to finish in this fight, and she just might get it.
Oh.
Bannon trying to put an exclamation point at the very end on this.
Wow.
Oh,
how tough are these ladies?
Both fighters felt the pace, but Dakota still looked sharp. She used her jab like a weapon, repeatedly piercing through Bannon's guard. At one point, Dakota trapped Bannon near the cage and landed a devastating combination, jab, cross, body kick, that drew massive reactions from the crowd. Dakota's confidence was growing with each exchange. The final round was pure warfare. Bannon threw everything she had: high kicks, spinning attacks, rushing combinations. She knew she needed something big, but Dakota stayed composed, landing the cleaner, more damaging shots. Those brutal knees in the clinch continued to punish Bannon. A sharp right hand in the final minute sealed the deal.
4-2 record for her, and we start exchanging leg kicks.
And I'm excited to see this striking exchange between the two. Dakota, well known for that Muay Thai background, a record, I believe, of 11-1-1. Her mom was a pro fighter as well. She's a very similar style.
When the final bell rang, there was no doubt. Unanimous decision victory for Dakota Ditcheva. After the fight, Dakota took to Twitter to send a powerful message to the entire division. She didn't gloat or trash talk. She simply let her performance speak for itself. Her message was clear: I'm not here to talk, I'm here to dominate. The fight world responded with massive respect. Analysts, fellow fighters, and fans recognized what they had just witnessed: a future champion in the making. Dakota had backed up every word with her fists, knees, and flawless technique. While Bannon had promised a second-round knockout, Dakota delivered 5 rounds of complete domination instead.
A number of her fights at the IMAFs, some in Europe and then some at the Worlds, and she impressed me so much. I believe she medaled, but I saw at least 2 fights that she won, and the way she won them was with aggression and excellent striking as well on her side as well. So I'm very, very excited to see this title fight.
Shauna taking one of those tools away from her straight away. And Shauna is the more aggressive of the two. She's initiated the clinch up against the cage.
But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. After the fight, Shauna Bannon revealed something that shocked the MMA community. She was 7 weeks pregnant during the fight, and she had no idea. Bannon explained that she felt unusually flat that night. Her energy levels were off, Her focus wasn't there, and the weight cut felt far more brutal than usual. At the time, she couldn't understand why her body wasn't responding the way it normally did.
Pose, waiting for that opportunity to free those hands and start raining down more bombs. There they go.
Big shots coming in underneath the armpit. These are huge. Kerry needs to mount some sort of offense.
Lovely right hand.
But looking back, everything made sense. The fatigue, the lack of sharpness, the overall heaviness she felt throughout those 5 rounds, all connected to her early pregnancy, which she only discovered afterward. This revelation adds a whole new layer to this fight. It doesn't take away from Dakota's dominant performance, but it does explain why Bannon, known for her relentless aggression and cardio, seemed off her usual pace.
You know, the damage so far in this fight, it's been one-way trap.
Oh, nasty knee right the middle from Dakota. And a flurry down to the body. Here's the elbow. Back elbow. And now a left hand. And she's showing off, man.
This fight showed us 2 things. First, Dakota Ditcheva is an absolute force of nature. From the opening bell to the final moments, she controlled the pace, dictated the distance, and proved exactly why she's one of the fastest rising stars in women's MMA. Second, we saw the incredible heart of Shauna Bannon, who pushed through every round despite unknowingly fighting for 2. Her grit and determination, especially in hindsight, deserve massive respect.
Long-time trainer of Dakota. Oh, a nice leg kick there. That one hurt. Again, working that lead thigh.
And in on the clinch straight away. Shauna Bannon. And just with 2 shots, you could see that the left thigh of...
Fights like this remind us why we love this sport. Raw talent, real heart, and unforgettable moments between 2 warriors giving everything they have. Dakota silenced the trash talk. She answered the knockout prediction with 5 rounds of dominance. And she proved that when you step into the cage with her, you better come prepared, because she's not just here to compete, she's here to conquer. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more fight breakdowns and MMA news just like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see. Kicks hard, Perney, I've seen.
There might be a little bit of a struggle for range here for Perney.
Another big knee, good sweep from Perney.
Amy Perney. If you don't know this girl, she's the only girl who's beat Dakota Ditcheva. Not only beat her, she made Dakota cry in the ring, and Dakota believes she's unbeatable. But Amy beat her and made her debut 1-0. But it's Dakota's debut, and it's not counted in her record. If we add this to her record, it would be 15 wins and 1 loss, not 15-0.
Fighting out of the Inferno Muay Thai fight team in Glasgow, Scotland. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and go absolutely wild for Amy Perney. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, Amy Perney.
Let me introduce you to Amy Perney, a name that should absolutely terrify anyone in the atomweight and flyweight divisions. Born May 6, 1993 in Glasgow, Scotland, this 31-year-old warrior has been dismantling opponents since she was literally a teenager. At just 15 years old, Amy won junior gold at the IFMA World Championships. The next year, she came back and won both junior and adult gold at the same event. Let that sink in for a moment. She was beating grown women as a 16-year-old teenager. That's not normal. That's exceptional. That's the kind of talent that comes along once in a generation. Since turning professional in 2008, Amy has collected world titles across multiple organizations, like they're going out of style. We're talking about the ISA British Championship, the WBC Muay Thai International Flyweight Championship, the Infusion 52 kg Championship, the Lion Fight Super Flyweight Championship, and the ISCA Strawweight World Championship. She's been voted UK Female Fighter of the Year 3 times, in 2015, 2016, and 2019. Currently, she's riding a 19-fight winning streak and has made her one championship debut with a devastating first-round knockout that took just 49 seconds. One championship even ranked it as the #4 knockout of the year for 2024, and that was in her debut fight. This woman is operating at a level that most fighters can only dream about.
Really looking forward to the fight tomorrow. Obviously it didn't happen last time, so it's nice to get it back on and be here for this one, obviously. It's going to be a really tough fight, but I'm looking forward to the challenge, so I hope everyone enjoys it.
Nice long uppercut as well. She can put it on her now, stop her, this girl, Gav.
Yeah, she can change gear a little bit now.
Change it up.
But here's the story that the MMA world has somehow forgotten, and it's a story that needs to be told. On April 7th, 2017, at Yokkao 24, something historic happened. Amy Perney stepped into the ring against a young, hungry fighter named Dakota Ditcheva. Yes, that Dakota Ditcheva. The same Dakota who's currently 15-0 in MMA. The same Dakota who's calling herself dangerous and unbeatable. The same Dakota who just became the youngest PFL champion in history and is now calling out Valentina Shevchenko, arguably the greatest female fighter of all time. Dakota Ditcheva faced Amy Perney in what many people call one of the greatest women's Muay Thai fights ever witnessed.
The fans have been asking for me and they've finally given me a fight, so I'm excited to get back out there, and it's going to be an amazing event, you know, first time in South Africa, Cape Town, so yeah, I'm excited just to get back in there as well. Everyone that's been there to support me all these years is obviously excited to see me back in, but then a whole new kind of crowd is going to be able to watch my skill. A lot of new fans.
Dakota 2.0, dangerous coming. Don't you worry, she's not gone anywhere. She's coming back stronger. So for me, I'm getting in there the same amount of violence, if not 10 times more, because they've made me wait half a year. Honestly, I could literally fight any time of the day, any day of the week.
This wasn't just any fight. This was Dakota's Muay Thai debut. She was 18 or 19 years old, already showing the killer instinct and devastating power that would later dominate the MMA world. She came from a family of champions. Her mother, Lisa Howarth, was a multiple-time world kickboxing champion. Dakota had been training since she was 4 years old. She was confident, skilled, and ready to make a statement. And standing across from her was Amy Perney, already an established world champion with years of elite competition under her belt.
It's like to see her.
I think obviously Dakota's done like incredible work at PFL. She's She's always been a really amazing striker. Like, that's obviously a big part of her game, and she's finding that obviously in MMA that's where a lot of the other girls are lacking, and she's just absolutely like running through girls. So she's doing incredible. She's really strong as well, and I think her mindset's like bulletproof as well. So I think she knows she's going to the top of that. So she's doing really, really good things. She was a tough fight as well. So she was probably one of my favourite fights I've ever had, because it wasn't an easy fight. It was a tough fight. It kept me on my toes, kept me thinking. So yeah, she was a really good opponent, and I really wish her the best of luck, because she is doing great things.
Okay, let's go. Nicely done by the Brazilian. Murata having none of it though. Drags her back to the ground.
And now she's on Petersen's back, and
Look at that, Murata isolating that arm, rear naked choke upcoming. It's on the chin. Frozen able to survive for a little while, but that is deep.
Under now.
That is definitely, and it's done! Kanako Murata, victorious in her Invicta FC debut, rear naked choke stoppage.
Former Invicta FC strawweight champion Kanako Murata has just sent shockwaves through the MMA community with a bold message directed at rising PFL superstar Dakota Ditcheva. And trust me, this is the call-out nobody saw coming, but everyone wants to see happen. Murata's stunning declaration, Ditcheva's response, what this potential matchup means for both fighters, and why this could be one of the most exciting cross-promotional fights in women's MMA history.
Let's go.
Let's get into it. Alright, so here's what went down. Kanako Murata, the Japanese warrior who's been making waves in the combat sports world since 2016, just dropped an absolute bomb on social media. In a recent statement, Murata said, and I quote, "Alright, I'm very nervous, but I do okay in front of cameras. I was out in the States, so I set up a fight camp in the States 3 to 4 weeks prior to the fight."
I do all right. I'm very nervous, but I do okay in front of cameras. So Drake, I was out in the States. I set up fight camp in the States, right? 4 weeks prior to the fight.
Now, what makes this significant? Murata is clearly signaling she's ready to get back into the cage in a major way. For those who don't know, this 32-year-old former Invicta champion has been on quite the journey. She holds an impressive 13-3 professional record with victories through decisions, submissions, and TKOs. Her background is absolutely insane. She started judo at 3 years old as the granddaughter of a judo dojo master, became a national judo champion in high school, then transitioned to freestyle wrestling where she won the Junior World Championship in 2011. She even faced the legendary Sori Yoshida and nearly beat her at the national championships.
115.5. 115.5 for Kanako Murata.
Now, let's talk about the target of this call-out, Dakota Ditcheva, the 27-year-old British sensation who's been absolutely demolishing everyone in her path. Ditcheva responded to the situation, saying, "Yeah, no, I've just come back because I need to get back to training. I went home for a few weeks. There's a few reasons why I had to go home, but I just stayed a little bit longer with the family because obviously I've got no fight news, and then I just thought I'd come back. I miss this place when I'm not here. So yeah, I'm excited to get back training again."
Yeah, no, I've just come back because I need to get back to training. I went home for a few weeks. There's a few reasons why I had to go home, but I just stayed a little bit longer with the family because obviously I've got no fight news, and then I just thought I'd come back. I miss this place when I'm not here, so yeah, I'm excited to get back training again.
And then Ditcheva took to Twitter to send her own message, keeping the MMA world buzzing about this potential matchup. For those unfamiliar with Ditcheva, let me paint you a picture. This woman is an absolute force. Born in Sale, Greater Manchester, to a family of martial artists, her mother Lisa Howarth is a multiple-time world kickboxing champion, and her father Ivo is Bulgarian. Dakota has fighting in her DNA.
Against defense with body shots.
Combination again, punching her way out of these clinches.
Naba not able to match speed on the outside.